Hey everyone, we're just going to do a little quick video today. So we have our sheets set up, we have our views on our sheets, we've modeled up some sort of building, and we want to talk about printing to PDF or now exporting PDF. So previously in Revit we would have used this print button, and if you've been following along or have taken my classes before, we used to use this cute PDF program to print, and ultimately a lot of the stuff is the same. So we used to set up the sheets in here, whatever our sheets we wanted to combine PDF. And when we go to setup, we want to make sure we're using center placement and print zoom to 100%. And we just got to check center placement and make sure our sheet size is correct. So that was kind of the previous way of doing it. And I didn't save it, but I don't use print to PDF anymore, but you'd want to save obviously those settings. Now Revit has this export to PDF button up here. And so with this export to PDF button, we want to make some of those same settings, make sure some of those same settings are the same. So we're going to click select views and sheets. If I click this little pencil button here, we can go to edit. And we could create a new sheet set if we wanted. If I create a new sheet set to 1, we want to select all of our sheets. So I just use the shift button. Click the bottom, click the top, hit the shift button, and grabbed all those. We want to save as current set. And typically what I recommend doing is going into edit print order and going to by sheet numbering. And what that's going to do is if you add a new sheet, it's going to automatically continue the numbering in the same format that you've already had. So we'll click OK here. We'll click save as current set again, click select. And the last part of this, when you start, you'll have this in session setup here. And one of the new things they've actually added is we would have previously had to do 11 by 17, zoom to 100%. This one's really crucial, zoom to 100%. We want to be center, and orientation doesn't really matter. I usually click on landscape, but we'll just leave that. And we can go up here to these 3 dots beside where it says export setup. And we'll save this as a new setup called 11 by 17. But what Revit has done recently is now they have this use sheet size button. And what that does is it takes whatever sheet size you have in Revit and automatically prints it as that size. So the one advantage of this, which I don't really recommend, but you could have an ArcD sheet, you could have 11 by 17, you could have a letter size sheet. And as Revit prints those, it'll print each one on its individual size that you've specified. So let's just go here. We'll do our sheet size, and I already had that one set up, but we can just click save here. Use sheet size 2, I'll call it 2, just since I have 2 there. And then the last part of this is actually the printing step. So I'll just click here, project 1. If you, again, followed me for a while, I usually do date, so I'll do October 6th, 2024, and I'll just save this to my documents. And let's click export here, and zoom 100%, center is all on, so all those settings are correct. We've selected our sheet set 1, so all that looks good, and we'll click export. And now that's going to export, and while that's exporting, I'm just going to go grab it. Again, this should take a second here to export. And once it's completed, it should be good. Yeah, so that's done now. And the one thing you're going to notice right away is our sheet is perfectly set up. There's no border on the edge here or anything like that. And that's one way I can tell pretty quickly if you don't have the printing set up. And so when you go to print a PDF, if it's not zoomed to 100%, there's usually a even margin around your project. So just make sure you have zoomed 100% set up so that this prints properly as you wanted.